Chef Joe, you've been teaching here for a couple of years, haven't you?
Yeah, just a couple. I'm in my 31st year.
31 years. So, Chef Joe, I understand that you actually started this program.
I started the culinary program. I was the first chef hired and given an open slate and said, go find students and write curriculum and get the program started. Yeah, so I was the first one here.
So, when did the culinary program start?
The culinary program and hospitality program started in August of 1990.
So, where were those first classes held, and how long were they taught at that location?
Well, the first classes, we started both the hospitality and the culinary programs in August of 1990. And they were taught on the North Campus. That's where the original programs were. And then eventually, obviously, we moved to downtown. But that's where they started, yeah, on the North Campus.
Amazing. And how many full-time instructors were there?
At that point, myself as a culinary instructor, and we had a full-time hospitality instructor, Melanie Thompson.
Okay, and
no students in our programs, and they gave us maps of Jacksonville and gave us 7 weeks to go find students. Just as each semester took its role on, we had students graduating in both programs in hospitality and culinary arts, and as they went out in the fields, they worked their way up. They would tell other people, and then we started getting reputations, and we were doing a lot of marketing. I was doing a lot of cooking stuff on the papers. We were doing stuff on television. So it really was just like word of mouth. And as the years went on, it just grew and grew from 8 students in culinary to we had as high as 200 at one point. And I'd say now we have anywhere between 100 and 125. And the hospitality was the same way. We maybe had 20, 25 students. And today I think we have probably 75 people in hospitality. So it's just a matter of people talking, going out there working and saying, well, where did you go to school? And I went here, and being active in the marketing aspect of it as well. Today, obviously, as each semester went on, we got more and more students, so we had to hire more instructors. Right now, we have 4 full-time culinary instructors and 1 full-time hospitality instructors, with about, give or take, 4 or 5 part-time instructors in both hospitality and in culinary.
So how do we find students today?
Well, today we find them through, we've been around for so long now, a lot of our students own restaurants or chefs, or they're working in the hospitality field in hotels or resorts. They tell other people, and it just becomes this big circle of life. Big circle goes around, and that's how we get our students today. And word of mouth, obviously. We do a really good job, I think. Our students are really everywhere. I'd say in hospitality, any hotel or resort from Amelia Island down to Palm Coast and even farther down, you would find any of our hospitality students. And the culinary arts, basically the same. Culinary arts would be any hotel, any restaurant, a lot of known food trucks. They could even be in institutional cooking in hospitals. We have a former student I had 26 years ago. His name is John Incentive. He owns the Black Sheep Corporation, which entails Orsay, Black Sheep Restaurant.
Our program is accredited, correct? Both programs.
It is. Both programs are.
What does that mean?
What it means, it's basic. I always use the word like it's a stamp of approval. When they come both for hospitality and culinary, 2 different accreditation bodies, they come for about 3 days, and they bring a team of about 3 people, and they really go through the program. They talk with faculty, they talk with current students, they talk with former students, they talk with our advisory board, they go to our libraries, they take our syllabus. They kind of really tear our program apart, and we have to meet certain standards. And if you're not at the standards, you're not going to get accredited. And I'd say both programs have been accredited now for about 25 years. So every 5 to 7 years, depending on how long we get accredited for, they come back and do it again. So having that stamp of approval, it's saying that we're meeting high standards. So I think it's really important, and students will see that. Right now, out of the top 50 schools in the country, I think we're around 40th, give or take, yeah. So we're pretty proud of that, as a local state college. I think we've done a fabulous job. It wasn't just me. I helped get it started, but with all the other people that came along the way and really put their 2 cents in, and they did these programs work, both hospitality and culinary. The program moved to downtown in the fall of 2016. Like you always say, they kicked us out of North Campus because they were using our facility for something for a medical, which was fine. And they built us this beautiful $3 million facility on the downtown campus. And actually, it was to our benefit because now, when we were on North Campus, we were up by the airport. It's a little bit out of the way. And being downtown, I think we're in the hustle and bustle of everything, all the restaurants and hotels, a little more accessibility to our program. And also, when our students go out to work or do interns, they're kind of right there. So I think it's been a great. There are obviously some very elite hospitality programs throughout the country, and there's some elite culinary schools. Students always say, what's the difference if I come here or I go to, let's just say, in culinary Johnson and Wales or the Culinary Institute of America. I went to Johnson and Wales, and we teach exactly what they teach, just maybe on a smaller scale. And I think in the hospitality as well, whether it be Cornell or Florida International or Central Florida. I mean, I think we teach the same courses. So it's not, in my opinion, not really where you went. It's the quality of education that you get. And there are schools out there that offer certificates, whether it be in hospitality or culinary. And what I always like to say, we are college, and that means we are college level. We expect a lot. You're gonna have homework. You're gonna study. You're gonna have tests. It's not just coming in and learning how to make brownies, And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those schools, but we are college level, and I think the students really have to understand that.
And you're a graduate of what culinary program?
I'm a graduate of Johnson and Wales in Providence, Rhode Island. Yes.
So what is the difference between, say, a Johnson and Wales and FSCJ?
I would say about $60,000 a year. That's the difference. Now that's my answer. What the difference is, Johnson, Wales, obviously, not just because I went there, it's a wonderful school. I've been back there since I graduated. But they teach exactly what we teach. I mean, if you're going to make a roux, it's fat and flour. If you're going to make a brown sauce, it's not made any different at our school than it is there. We run a restaurant. That's what they do there. So it's, again, as I would say, it's just on a smaller level, but you're learning the same competencies that you would get in any culinary school. It's the delivery and the instructors that are teaching you really makes the big difference. And I think we have great instructors.
That's terrific. Yeah. And if somebody's interested in a 4-year degree, this is a great place to start. Get your 2-year degree, and then maybe move into a Johnson and Wales or an FIU or a UCF Rosen program.
Exactly.
If you would want to leave the students with one message for today, what would that message be?
Come prepared. For the most part, we use a terminology in culinary. It's called mise en place, and mise en place really means everything in its proper place. And students will understand that once they get in classes. It's used every other word in the kitchen. And I would say have your mise en place ready, and because you can't come in, thinking it's going to be I'm just going to come in and learn how to make brownies and something else. No, it's a management program. It's college level, and you need to be prepared. So I would say, have your mise en place ready.
Fantastic. Chef Joe, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David. I appreciate it.